I mean, I heard what's up, you too. God damn, boy. Damn, oh shit. I'm gonna do this shit after the video or something, but my stomach hurt like hell. But hey, we got another goddamn support court with Judge Vonda. Hey, look, I'm fucking with this Judge. This motherfucker so damn funny. No cap. Let's get into it though. Make sure y'all like sub to the channel. Hit that sub button if you ain't sub to the channel already. Like that up. Trying to stop cursing my video.
All rise. Support court for Judge Vonda B is
Fuck
now
you
in
talking
session.
about all rise?
Judge's case number JVB
Fuck you
2001,
talking about.
Allen case. You up?
Fuck you talking
You
about.
may be seated. Okay, Miss Allen, you're back. It looks like you brought someone
Crackhead with the
you.
pimp.
What's going on?
So he's my nephew's father.
Okay.
And I need help. Mom's paying child support, and it's only that pays child support for his child.
Okay. You said for your nephew, if I remember correctly, you
God.
have 2 children, right?
Yes, he's just the father of the 4-year-old.
All right.
Yes.
All right. But you said he was around. I
He
remember
does,
you saying
and
that.
he even dropped off some school supplies. He brought him a backpack, and he got him,
So what's the problem?
scissors and Crayolas and stuff.
What's the problem?
He didn't help with school.
What's the
clothes.
problem?
All right. Right. Have you ever asked him to help with school clothes or do anything more?
I mean, he knows.
She'll have to ask. She'll have to
So
ask.
that's a no.
That's a no.
Okay.
She'll have to ask.
How do you know he knows that school started?
Because he was in school too, so I'm pretty sure you know when school started.
He knows his baby's gonna go to, kinder. He knows that the baby's starting pre-K. So, he brought school supplies. Why wouldn't he think to bring school clothes?
Well, that's true. That's true. You all have a decent relationship, though.
He's
We
sometime.
do. And he's sometimey. He comes, when he wants. I mean,
That was funny.
Just listening to her, that's it.
Okay. All right.
Y'all
I'll get to you in just
gotta
a
learn to
second,
shut
okay?
up in these courts,
All right.
man.
Continue.
basically that's it, My sister's not doing her part. He does some timey part, and, it's just getting...
Y'all feel to remember these people control your lives right here.
So at this point, you are wanting
Fuck the
to place
government.
him
These
on
people
child
control your
support.
lives too.
Absolutely.
Okay. I don't know if... Have you talked to him before today? Because I don't know if he knew this, because he has this look on his face and shaking his head. You haven't discussed this with him?
We haven't. We haven't.
Where's this coming
I mean,
from?
not that you legally have to, you don't,
Well, okay,
but...
he knows that mom is paying child support. He knows that my sister's paying me child support for her 2 kids. I think it's only fair he paid child support for 1 kid. He had to have known this was coming. He knew that I had put my sister on child support.
I don't know your business. I think you trim. I don't know your business name, Mike. That's on him to judge with.
All right. So, is there anything else
That's
you
on
want
him,
me to
my
know
judge
before I
with.
move over to him? Because it seems like he has a lot to say.
Let's hear what he's got to say.
Okay. Sir, is your last name King or your first name King?
First thing.
First name
She
King.
was
What's
not
your
been
last
called that
name?
a king.
Okay, Mr. Jackson, what's going on here?
You guys tell me. I don't know what's going on here.
You were unaware of the reason that you were coming to court today?
I'm just here.
Okay, you got served with paperwork. Did you read it?
No.
So you just showed up without read? You just came to court not knowing what was going on?
Well, I'm not going to miss court. So.
Well, I can appreciate that. Thank you. You're about the first person that is come in here and recognize that you should come to court when you are ordered
Man,
to
he
come to
cap
court.
dub,
But
bro.
you can read the paperwork.
Ain't no
so you're
damn
not
way you finna
aware
look
of
at. Oh
anything.
shit, I gotta go to court. Hey, nigga finna say, what the hell I did?
Nothing was discussed.
He talking about something. He probably looked at it. He probably looked at it like, oh, this some backed up child support. Fuck.
Sent you a text message here. I think I still got it.
You sent her a text message?
Yeah, we communicate. We communicate back and forth.
Okay.
So for her to say that I'm inconsistent, I don't know where she's getting that from.
Well, how would you describe, you going and seeing your son and everything like that?
Oh, I'm an amazing father, but of course, when you get in court, it's something totally different. So. Yeah.
What do you mean by amazing father? Like,
Oh,
explain
she
that.
tried to check his ass, boy.
Pick up your son.
Excuse me, Miss
I'm
Allen?
sorry.
She trying to check his ass. That's how she know. She know he ain't doing nothing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I believe her.
Don't be sorry.
I believe
Just
him.
don't do it.
Thank you, Judge.
Chin check
Right.
that nigga.
Now,
Thank you, Your
Mr.
Honor.
Jackson,
Yes.
you're welcome. Continue.
Being an amazing father, I go pick up my kids whenever I have the opportunity to. I do work at a bank here as a financial advisor.
All right.
So my schedule is not, it doesn't permit me to go pick them up like I would like to. But through our text message and everything like that, I'm able to communicate with her and go pick them up. As she said before, dropping them off, picking them up, taking them out to eat, buying
So,
school supplies.
Wait a minute, just so I'm clear. So she has
No.
custody of both of
Oh
them.
yeah, we had the same look.
Taking
No.
both Or you?
No, just
Okay,
mine.
you just taking your son.
Yes.
Okay, because you said kids, so I didn't know if this was this child or you had outside children.
No, well, just this one.
Okay, okay, I got you. I follow you.
Yeah.
And
so,
that matters because if you're going to be put on child support, you will get credit for any of the children that you have. You said you work at a bank. How much money do you make?
say about 60K a year.
Okay, all right. So you pick up your son, you take him places, you do things with him.
Yes,
Do you buy him clothes and everything like that for your home?
of course.
Okay.
Instead of your father's ring, how about you wear the cufflinks we got you?
Oh, mama. Judge,
As far as
don't serve him.
Aunt's home,
He
though,
one of the good
Miss
ones.
Allen's
He
home,
seemed
you
like
know.
one of the
We
good
can't
ones.
speak for our household.
Okay.
I only speak for my household and when
All right.
yeah.
Okay. So how do you feel about knowing that you're here today to be placed on child support at her request?
I think it's a waste of time, honestly. I think we could have settled out of court for all this, but hey, you got to go through the process. So let's go through it.
Okay. Have you been giving her any financial assistance for your son up until now?
Yes,
All right. How have you been giving her financial assistance?
whenever she asks.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
How frequent do you ask him?
I don't like to ask frequently because I feel like he knows his child has needs, wants even.
Wow, what the
I don't
bill?
have to pick up the phone and say, hey, your child's gonna eat today. Hey, look, I even brought my electricity bill. You know, like
Fat.
water,
This is
electricity, gas, $435 for electricity. I mean,
What does your bill have to do with my child?
your
So if the child wasn't there, you were gonna have that?
and uses this electricity.
If the child was there, was you
watching
not gonna have
TV
that though?
Or the enjoyment of the air conditioner, you know? I mean, it's just your child. You should pay
Okay.
financially.
Once again, you didn't answer the question. What
You're,
do your
you're
bills have to
not.
do
You're
with my
not.
child?
You don't. If you're not gonna sit your child, if you're not gonna take care of your child and have your child with you, well, then you can pay financially,
Huh, okay.
right?
I
I
choose
think.
to have my child with me, but hey, you know how you guys do.
Oh.
What does that mean? You guys do. What does that mean?
I'm not gonna get into that.
Oh, okay. But I asked you to. So what does that mean?
Yes, Your Honor. As I said before, I think that I'm an amazing,
Thought.
dad.
There's some thoughts.
Her and her sister. How can I say it without being rude? They have certain ways about them.
Thought.
I could kind of tell that from the last time that they were here.
They have certain ways about them. A little money hungry, if you want to say that. I'm gonna say that and not use the other term. But hey, teach his own. Teach his own.
Okay. And she said some things about the electricity bill and everything like that.
Correct.
Do you think that child support should be
No, child
determined or
support is for the
spent
child.
on those expenses?
No,
Yeah.
child support is for the
I,
child.
bro, Judge, be on his side. I'm on his side. I feel
You
for
have
bro.
another child there. You probably have other dudes there. That's not my responsibility. So
Do you think she was asking you to pay those bills?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. She need help.
Miss Allen, were you asking him to pay those bills or what
No,
exactly
Judge. I
was?
want him to just get the knowledge that your child lives in a household. You are not contributing.
So I gotta
to
pay
that
your
household,
bill
so
and
you
pay.
contribute
No,
to
bro,
that
you give him a child, bro.
so that
You
your
give him a
child is
child.
taken care of. So that when school comes, there's school clothes and there's backpacks and new shoes and
Okay.
Right.
Well, I mean, I think I understand where both of you are coming from. You know, it's just ironic that, not that you have to have an agreement outside of court, right? That's not a requirement or anything like that. But considering that you all seem to have somewhat of a decent relationship, I just would think this would be a conversation that you all had
Damn,
first.
bro, I hate these
to try to
motherfucking
see what you
ads,
can
bro.
work
That shit
out.
would
But,
just get
I
good.
mean, nonetheless, we are here today. Do you have access to health insurance?
I do.
All right. Do you know how much it'll cost you to put your son on health insurance?
I don't have an exact number, but I'm pretty sure anywhere between $300 $400
Okay.
a month.
All right. Is it possible that it could be cheaper than $300?
Once again, I'm not sure. I have to go through and find out there, but pretty standard there. I believe it's about $300 $400. I think it might be cheaper, but I'm not exactly sure.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Jackson, this is what we are going to do. We are going to place you on child support today. I mean, at the end of the day, the law is the law. You do have a responsibility to financially support
Man, just get your child.
Any
Just
children
get
that
your
you
child,
have.
bro.
Your child is living with his
Man, get
aunt.
your child.
She should receive some sort of financial support in caring for your son, just like the mother does.
Man, she can,
Right?
she
You
can
understand what I'm saying?
3 checks.
So it's not to
2
punish
people.
you or anything
The
like
mama
that.
and dad. That's damn.
She is entitled to receive
Big
some
as
sort of
hustle.
support for taking care of your child. All right. Now,
So-
child support is. Go ahead.
So all the cash apps and everything that I have here and all the text messages and everything, that means nothing, correct?
No, you haven't told me that. You haven't told me. I mean, I asked. You know, how much have you?
How
been-
much, bro? You got it right there. Tell her the money, man.
She
But
asked
what does that mean? Like numerically, how does that look?
what an extra $250 to $500.
A month?
Yeah, say that.
Okay, and the last time you were here, I believe you said your nephew had been with you, let me see, I have my notes here, 9 months at the time.
250, there's no way. 250 to 500, there's no way.
Okay.
He'll send like $20 here, $30 here, $40. I've never received a payment.
Man,
more
show the
than
judge, bro. You got it.
So is it possible?
Man,
Excuse
come
me.
on, bro.
No.
Are you sure?
Excuse
I'm
me,
sure.
I let you
Okay.
guys talk the first time, now I'm talking. So is it possible that the $250 to $500 is a total based on sending smaller amounts? Is that possible?
Sure.
Because she's saying she hasn't received that in a month.
And like I said, my electricity bill was $430
Once
a
again,
month.
that's not my responsibility.
It's not, but your child lives in my home.
Okay, you keep talking about your bills. You need to
Okay,
focus
well,
on
let
my
me
child,
just clear
okay?
this up. The
No
bills
on
don't
his
matter,
side,
okay?
man.
I mean, I get what you're saying. I
Yes.
understand. The child lives there. There
It was
are
just,
things that
you
you
know.
have to pay for. I get it.
I was just saying.
His
Man,
child
that
support
what
is
it's
not gonna
going
be
to.
paid based on your
I promise you.
electricity bill, your gas bill, any of those
But he
bills
wants
that you
to
brought
sit here
today.
and say $250 to $500. That's probably been in a year. And what I was just trying
Come
to
on,
say
man.
is, come on, I mean, come on.
Okay.
$500
Come
in
on
a
now.
year, that's
Come
not
on now.
much.
Well, she did ask for back child support too, so that's the reason that I asked what it was that you had paid her.
You can take $500 off. Fine.
$500 off
From
the back pay?
Yeah. I'll
Okay,
give him
now
that.
you do understand that back pay
I'll
starts
give him
from the day that you filed, right? She hasn't filed, you know, it's been fairly recent since she filed. So taking $500 off, that'll probably put you around $2,000 in back pay. And you can pay that back at $100 a month, okay? So this is what we're gonna do.
Much?
With what I'll do is give you credit. I can give you $200 credit for health insurance. Now, if your health insurance ends up being more than that, I can't just say, okay, I'll give you credit for $300 or even more than that without seeing what the actual health insurance premium is going to look like for your son only. So I give you credit for $200, okay?
Okay.
All right, so if I do that with your gross, that brings your gross to $4,800, which means your net is $3,979.47. And you said you have one child, correct?
Have one, expecting one.
Okay, so you have one child that's already here.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So that is $3,979.47. It's 20%. $795.89. We'll round it up to $796. Plus $100 a month for the back pay that you owe. That makes your monthly child support obligation $896 a month. All right.
Thank you, Your
That's
Honor.
ridiculous.
Damn,
You're
bro.
welcome. Do you all?
I'm
I mean,
so
it's
My
mad.
based on
nephew's
the
gonna
number.
thank you too. My
It's-
nephew thanks you too.
Okay,
And he'll
that's
thank
great.
you too.
No, your bills, thank you. That's what it is.
Okay, the two of you
Whatever.
hush. Thanks. All right, so as I stated, it's not a punishment or anything like that. It is strictly based on what your income is. Now, if you guys can
Damn,
work
bro,
together
that
and you
just hurt
decide
my
you want to
soul.
do something different, you get an agreement or something like that, I would happily entertain it.
Wait.
But until then, this is where we're at today. All right? Do you have any questions, Mr. Jackson?
I bet he don't. My
But
Money hungry, like I said. No, I'm good. You know, I got other priorities right now, so.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for showing up for court at least.
Definitely.
she
other
got
priorities
extra.
than his son.
Miss
Other
Allen,
priorities.
She
your
got an
only
extra
priority
goddamn
is you have two
$400 in her
priorities.
pocket.
The first priority is
Extra
for you
$500 in her
to
pocket.
make the request as you did, and the second one is
Man,
to
I want
Alright.
fucking with
Anything
that,
further?
shit. Not that.
Okay.
I mean,
There's nothing
I
further
think
on
you
this.
finna get him like $400 a month. I'll
Be
take
sure to like
that,
this
yeah.
video by clicking the
Damn,
thumbs
that
up button
close.
and
I don't know,
subscribe
like
to our
$100
channel.
away, $113 away from a band. How much she said? Wait, I gotta see how much she said. She said $896, bro. You might well say that goddamn band. Damn. I didn't reread. I had to reread the shit too. So he basically got a he got to pay $996. Man, he got to pay a bad, bro. That's old with, bro. She didn't caught all good. You know, cap, bro. All he had to do was show them, bro. He capped though. No cap, he capped. Cause he ain't send her no man. Cause he was, bro. I would have been like, look, it right here. I would have been like, it right here, Jud. It right here. Oh God. He trip, but hey, get y'all in that video like so it's a channel Leaky gang. We out there.